At 9:17 in the morning on February 28, 1997, two men walk into a Bank of America in North Hollywood wearing ski masks, carrying assault rifles, and wearing body armor. Within minutes, this becomes a televised gun battle between two robbery suspects and the LAPD. According to the report, at approximately 9:17 a.m., two patrol officers, Farrell and Perella, are driving southbound on Laurel Canyon. They spot two suspects in dark clothing wearing ski masks and carrying assault rifles. They appear to be moving towards the Bank of America. Officers also noticed that they appeared to be forcing a citizen towards the front door. Moments later, the officers heard automatic weapons fire from inside the bank and immediately broadcast a robbery in progress and shots fired. Inside, the report describes suspects using intimidation immediately, ordering people to the floor and threatening to kill anyone who moved. One suspect strikes an elderly woman hard enough to knock her down. Then the gunfire starts inside the lobby, described as random bursts. They force employees and customers toward the vault, and the bank manager is forced to participate. While this is happening, units start forming a perimeter. The report notes that suspects fired around 50 shots while still inside. An air unit arrives and supervisors request SWAT. Meanwhile, officers are deploying behind cars, concrete walls, storefronts, anything that can stop bullets. Then at approximately 9:25 a.m., one suspect, Phillips, emerges into the entrance alcove armed with an assault rifle and opens fire towards officers at an intersection. At approximately 9:31, both suspects come out and begin moving, firing across the area, striking police cars, businesses, and civilian vehicles. The suspects move into the bank's north parking lot and continue firing at officers. The report describes multiple officers firing controlled series from pistols because at this moment, that's what most of them had. At about 9:45 a.m., SWAT arrives and the command post is moved for safety, according to the report. At the same time, an armored bank transport truck becomes a tool for rescues because regular patrol cars aren't enough protection against rifle fire. Then, as Phillips continues moving east, the report describes him as firing a handgun, dropping it, picking it back up, and placing it under his chin. Phillips fires one round. Simultaneously, he is struck by rounds from officers. He goes down and is taken into custody and later pronounced dead. Mătăsăreanu is driving east on Archwood Street, and the report describes him swerving towards motorists in an attempt to commandeer vehicles. He fires through his rear windshield at detectives. He stops multiple times. He exits. He fires at vehicles making a U-turn. Then he gets back in and continues slowly east. The report describes SWAT officers arriving eastbound, believing officers or civilians may need help. They encounter a truck that's heavily damaged and then realize Mătăsăreanu is right there. Mătăsăreanu exits with an assault rifle, crouches near his sedan, and begins firing through his own vehicle at SWAT. The report details an intense gun battle lasting about 2 minutes. Then at approximately 9:58, after firing about 80 rounds during that confrontation, Mătăsăreanu drops his rifle. Officers approach cautiously and take him into custody. He is later pronounced dead. After the shooting stops, the reports say communications continue receiving citizen calls about possible additional armed suspects. A 1 square mile perimeter is established. SWAT teams deploy around the bank is searched and later cleared. At one point, a possible third suspect is reported as hiding in a shed, so specialized units respond and even deploy a rescue vehicle into that shed. No suspect is found. Then the explosives concern appears. Bomb technicians respond, and the report says 2 incendiary devices are located inside the suspect's white sedan. The report's findings section says officers face suspects who fired in excess of 1,000 rounds from fully automatic weapons, and that 10 police officers and 4 civilians were wounded. And the report ultimately concludes officers' tactics and use of force were in policy, citing deadly force as necessary to stop an immediate threat of death or serious bodily harm. The report repeatedly highlights the suspect's superior firepower and body armor, and describes officers using whatever cover they could find, improvising rescues, and continuing to engage to protect civilians. If you like content like this, hit that like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.